Hello and welcome to the eSeniors GT3 Championship, and today we're in the Porsche Cup at Kyalami. This is going to be interesting. This track is very difficult in a normal car, let alone a car with, shall we say, no traction control and very big fat back wheels with lots of power. What are we expecting? I think, I'm not going to say foregone conclusion, but Mr. Bourne's probably looking favourable again. Oh, we did see a rare opportunity before. I saw Mr. Bourne go off. Yeah, that's a collector's item. We've also got a couple of guys who are looking really quick as well. Noble, Jared and Christopher. And I think Bywater's been putting some good laps in. So let's see how it goes. Let's have a quick look at the table. No, that's completely the wrong table. My apologies for that. Completely wrong race. But I won't bother looking at the table. Chris Bourne's leading it anyway. Hopefully you can see the stream well and you can hear me clearly. If not, now's your time to say. We'll now join qualification, and we're currently sat on board with Neil Bywater. So what I'll do is I'll do a lap run through of the lap, talk you through the corners, the various corners. So this is a track that's mainly that does run the GT3s. It used to run the bikes. Excuse me, the quickest lap time for a GT3 car is the Porsche GT3, and it's a 42.01. Now that's not our time, that's an official time for the GT3s. So a bit of history around the track. It was built in 1961, so it's about 60 years old now obviously, and it's predominantly been used in the GT circuit. It has run Formula 1, it does run a lot of bikes and various other sorts of cars as well. It's about 2.8 miles long, which is 4.5 kilometres, and it's got a total number of 16 turns, and it's situated, as we know, in Gauteng, South Africa. So we'll wait for, he's coming down now the first corner. So this is Crowthorne, this is T2, and then here we get the Uxley Sweep, which is turns 3 and 4. And then we get the infamous barbecue, which is turn 5. This is where I think we're going to see most incidents with cars hitting the wall as they over-rotate. Get the car to the left-hand side, pick your braking point, slight dab on the brakes, and coast around the corner, which is sunset. And then get the power on towards the end of the straight, end of the curb, and then off you go. And then you're braking into T7, which is Clubhouse. Again, I think we'll see a few off there as well. Then we enter the S's, which is turns 8 and 9, and it's important to get yourself set up here for this right-hander so you don't have to drift too far left and lose time. There's a track limit area there as well, so that's something you've got to be really careful of. Now we're going to T10, which is Liu Cop. Get the car really slowed down to get the power down, and turn 11, which is the exit. Then we're going down a fantastic bit of road, a very fast left-hander called Mineshaft, that is T12. Keep the car to the left so you can take the corner into Crocodiles, which is T13. And then the tricky T15, because this is 40, this little kink, T15 without hitting the curb. It will upset the car, and that's Cheetah. And then into the slowest corner on the track, which is T16 Ingwe. And that takes us onto the straight. And Neil's lap, we'll see in a moment how good it is. Probably a 145. And Neil's done a 145.6. So I'm going to jump on board with Mr. Noble. Just say hello to Mr. Wood, who's joined the stream. 144.2. Yeah, that would probably get your pole here, to be honest with what I've seen earlier. I think they were running the 144.5s. But we'll see. I've not seen Bourne do a lap yet. Bourne's been keeping his identity quiet. Bum. Don't forget, there's 5 of you viewing. Click on the likes. Especially if you can hear me, just give me a shout out to make me aware that the sound and the vision is working. I can see the stream. It does look okay, but obviously I can't hear myself on the stream because I don't have the sound on. But everything's recording that I am speaking. But that's happened before. So Noble's done a spoilt lap here. I'm going to jump forward to Derek Bird. Derek Bird's purple here He's 4 tenths up. He's going to be the first driver into the 144s. And he had a great qualification in the race yesterday. There's a few drivers now. Chris Bourne's now starting to show his cards. Christopher's also on a very good lap. Mark Christopher's just done a 144.9, and that has stolen it from Derek Bird. So Mark Christopher got a fantastic drive out the last corner, which really give him a number of tenths. So Derek Bird's gone second with a 144.8. So Chris Bourne is now looking very good. He's looking for pole as it stands. He's going for a 144.42 as well. So we shall see where Chris Bourne comes out of this. He's 1.2 seconds up. He's now 1.3 seconds up. So he's going for a 144.3 as it stands. A 144.2. The touche, Mr. Wood. There's your time. A 144.1. A 144 flat. Oh, he's just lost out on the 144 flat there. He could have been in the 139, a 143s there, but he's going to go a 143.9. Hi, Malcolm. Sorry, just clearing a bit of a frog at my throat there. So, fantastic lap there by Mr. Bourne. Let's go back down the grid a little bit. Let's jump on board with Howells. Howells is putting himself into the low 145s here. He's probably going for 6th place in front of Andreas. Am I right? Or is he even going even faster? There you go. He's actually going even faster in front of Terry. So he's sandwiched Hugh Morris and Terry there. Great lap there by Mr. Howard. Further down the grid, Mr. Britos. Very slow out that corner there. I mean, he's still up, but I think he was very slow out that corner. Yeah, he's lost 3 tenths alone. He was half a second up. He's gone a little bit quicker, but yeah, he's very laboured coming out the corners. Right, we'll jump on board with Rayner. Rayner is 7 tenths up at the moment. 7 tenths will put him into... Actually, they'll only move him up 1 place based on where he is on the grid at the moment. So he's only looking to get in front of Murchie at the moment. So we shall see where that comes on. Mape's just took him, but he's 9 tenths up, so he's looking for a 147, a 146.4, which will actually take him into 12th place in front of Mr. Gerard. Now we know Gerard's faster than that, so I do recommend. I do reckon David Gerard's going to be in the 143s. Sorry, the 144s. Probably a 144.7, a 144.8 from what I've seen earlier. Now he's already running in the 144s. Now it's Mr. Gerard, so we'll jump to him after this one. So he's a full second up here, Rayner. He's gaining. He's going for the 146.1, which will move him up to 11th, and there we go. Hi, Mark. So let's jump on board with David Gerard. So he is on for the 144s as we stand, and he's going for a 144.6 at the moment. But he's still got quite a bit of a lap to go, so he could gain another couple of tenths. He's lost a tenth there, just as he got a bit unsettled in the car. He does seem to be doing quite well, though. Alright, Mark, it's not a problem. I can do my own dulcet tones. Good exit there. He's gained 3 tenths. Fantastic corner. Now he's on a mission. He's going for 2nd place here. Is he going to make it? He's looking at pole here. No, he's not going to get pole, but he's looking at 2nd place easily. Is he going to make it 2nd? Oh, look at that. He lost a bit of time coming out of that corner, and that cost him. So the 2 PWS cars are at nose astern at the moment. Christopher and David Gerard. Bit of a shout out to PWS, preciouswashers.co.uk, for sponsoring us along with Syndeo. Visit syndeo.world for more information. And Aqua Green. And everybody who's making donations to keep the group going. Obviously, we do have overheads to provide. We'd love to be able to have multiple servers, but the cost of running a server isn't peanuts, unfortunately. So for everybody who has donated, it's fantastic. It's muchly appreciated, and it just lets us carry on providing the service we're providing. We've got 4 minutes left of qualifying. We're on board with Neil Bywater at the moment. He's a second up, so he's going for a 1:44.2. He's definitely going for second place. And he get this corner nailed and gain another 10th. Just to stamp his authority. Yes, he's done it indeed. He's now... Oh, he was on for pole then. He was just about to steal pole from Mr. Bourne. And Mr. Bourne's now sat in the pits, so he'd probably be a bit too late to go back out again. He's lost a ton of time here, Neil. He's lost 4 tenths in that last section alone. Such a shame. He was doing really well. He's lost it all. He's going to go forward, but he ain't going to be where he was going to be initially. And he's just behind by 5 thousandths of a second David Gerard. Going to jump on board with Terry Howard. Terry Howard's going for third place at the moment. And he's coming up to the S's. Is he going to make this stick now? So Chris Bourne's going out for another fast lap again now. Hi, Johan. So where's this going to put Terry? So Terry's going to be, at the moment, he's vying for 3rd, 4th or 5th based on his time. He could do with another 10th. If he can get another 10th, he'll be in 3rd. Get another 2 tenths, he'll be in 2nd, and he's lost a 10th there. He needs to get this corner now. He's lost it. The time's rolling away from him now. So hard to get the power down in this car because it's a you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, because of the power of the rear wheels taking you off track. He's gone forward. He's into the 1:44.8, so he's definitely in the top 10. And there you go. He's done a 1:44.7 into 6th place. Well done, Terry. 2 minutes left, and Bourne's out again. As I said, he's just trying to make sure he's really cemented that pole position. He's probably had an eye on Neil Bywater, who was going really fast before. Let's jump on board with someone at the back. Benny. Hi, Peter. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. So for those who didn't attend the race yesterday, it was awesome. I know Malcolm did. The concept's definitely got some very good legs on it. Just need to streamline it a little bit more. But yeah, what a great race it was. Absolute brilliant fun for 90 minutes. Actually surprisingly clean. People weren't making silly moves. They weren't ramming cars off track. Not deliberately anyway. 1 or 2 cars went off track and spun into the walls. But yeah, it was really good. And we only had 1 disconnect. And I think everybody who started, with the exception of the disconnect, finished. So Benny's 2 tenths up here. He's going to the 1:47.3, which isn't going to move him up the leaderboard. He might just take Mappy here. Oh, he won't now. He's lost all his time with that massive overspin. Okay, I'm going to jump to Chris Bourne, because Chris Bourne was 2 tenths up. But he's now looking at evening his existing time. He might go forward ever so slightly. Hi, Don. There's no Nikos on track. I don't know if Nikos is in the chat. I've not seen Nikos or heard from him today, actually, which is unusual. Oh, Chris Bourne nearly gets it sideways. I'm going to paint my car next time, Malcolm, as a plane. You'll get that. To be fair, I set it up and I give you plenty of warning. I'm going to jump back to Murche here. Murch is a second up, so he's going for a 1. He's going into the 1:44s now, Murch. 1:44.8. He's got a long way to go. So 1:44.8 will put him only 7th. So for those who were unaware of the race yesterday, it was a 90-minute fun event. And basically qualifying was half an hour. The Group 3 cars were meant to go out first for 10 minutes and the Group 2, but there was only 1 Group 3. So the Group 3 and Group 2 cars went out for 20 minutes qualifying. 15 minutes, and then the Group 1 cars went out on track and did their qualifying. So we didn't have the cars mixed up on track at all. The grid was then formed. It was a full formation lap. At the end of the full formation lap, we all peeled off into the pits apart from the Group 3 cars. They then went onto the pit, and when the lights went green, they left and went for it. The cars in the pit, the Group 2 cars, then left the pit. Obviously, had about a 20-second delay on the other cars. And then the Group 1 cars left 20 seconds after that. And yeah, it was really interesting, the race, shall we say. And it all worked out really well. So the Group 1 guys caught the Group 2 guys up eventually. Back after this break. Okay, I am just waiting for the grid to form. The grid hasn't been formed yet, so I'll wait for the grid to form, get myself set up with the eye in the sky, as it is, and then we'll do the grid walk. So Chris Baum, just towards the end there, was on actually a faster lap, but he spun at the end. So just get myself set up for the grid walk. Fantastic view. And what we'll do is we'll go live to the grid walk. So in pole position, with the only driver in the 143s, Chris Bourne in the purple, followed closely by the aqua green of Mark Christopher and the PWS of David Gerrard. Then we have Neil Bywater in the blue and yellow, and we have Andreas Pettersson in the yellow and blue. We then have Terry Howard in the dark green and white stripe, and we have David Noble in the green and yellow stripe. We then have Andrew Ambro in the blue and grey. Sorry, that's Derek Bird. Sorry, in the blue and grey. Andrew Ambo in the red with a greenish stripe, and then behind him we have Stephen Owls in the red with blue tints. We have Hugh Morris in the pink and I've got to say cream car, the Bagpuss liveried car if you like, or the colours of. Then got Eric Dont in the red and the gold, followed closely by Murch Powanov in the red and the black. Then I have Rainer Berger in the all black. And we have Jeremy Arabas in the Prism. I think it's a band-based car, that one. I'll let you work your own minds out on that. Danny Britos in the pale blue and white. Towards the back, we then got Mappy Kansund in the blue and the yellow. Penny Onstedt in the red and yellow. And at the back of the grid, we have Andy Lees, who is also streaming. So that's basically where we're going to be at. And for some reason, whenever I do a replay, I lose my blooming mouse. And I've never yet worked out why. Try everything to get my mouse back, and it just doesn't want to do it. Right, I've got my mouse back. So go to Helicam. Sat at the front of the grid. We're on board with Neil Bywater, so it should give us a good field. Yeah, Nikos, weren't using your name in vain, mate. Cheers, Malcolm. Yeah, it was quite a clean move, and we both give each other plenty of space, mate. Cheers, Mark. Thanks very much, mate. So, who do we reckon? Are we going to go for Chris Bourne? Are we going to see any mistakes from Chris? Is he going to keep a perfect lap? Are we going to have chaos in T1, chaos in T3, chaos in T4 like we did during the week? We're about to find out. The lights are ready to go green. And there we go. It's race time. Off we go. So, what's important about this first corner is getting the braking point spot on. It's so easy to outbrake the car behind you and then go into the back of you, and you can see there we're going quite a few abreast, But actually, something about the Porsche Cup, everybody seems to manage the Porsche Cup in the first corner, and it'll be this corner that catches everyone out. Are we going to get a clean corner through here? So far, so good. No spin out. Derek Bird going wide. Further down the back, we've got another wide car there of Britos, but everyone's made it through there. Eric has made a pass on Merche. Although I think Merche did initially pass him and he's got it back. We've got Terry Howard going very, very wide down there. Getting into the braking point, holding his own space. He's doing well there about against Ambro. Ambro's going to get his foot down. Very close to contact there as they come into the S's. And both drivers will ease themselves into the next corner now. So far, so good. Neil Bywater really putting pressure on David Gerrard early on. There is another battle in the midfield as well between Terry and Steve Howells, which I'll try and keep an eye on. Hi, JC. No, Jeremy's got a very dark car. It's, what's the band? Brick in the Wall. Pink Floyd car. It's got the prism on the side of Pink Floyd. I'm led to believe. I'm perfectly sure it's a Nikos design as well. So the guys in front are disappearing here. This is where the battles are starting to happen. So Derek Bird's getting very close to Noble here. So these two guys do get close on track regularly anyway, and always seem to be on the same part of the track. There has been a contact at the back. What's happened at the back between Hugh Morris? Obviously it was just a love tap because neither of them made any losses there. Eric Dont's got a good run here on Steve, but he's not going to make the pass. He's keeping it straightforward and simple. Yeah, they're all getting themselves settled in for the next corner. Andreas is putting great pressure on Neil Bywater here. A cracking exit out of Barbecue there. And you can see there Ambro went a bit late. And Terry Howard's going to have a go at Ambro. But Ambro will have the inside on this corner. But it will compromise him towards the end of the corner. Now it's GT3, you could potentially go down the outside there, but I don't think you'll be able to do that in a Porsche. Oh, very good exit there by Howells. Sorry, Terry Howard, my apology. Howells is behind. And we've had a spinner. Let's have a quick look at what that's happened all about. That was Hugh Morris and Andy Lees. So Hugh's come out of Barbecue. Andy Lees is behind him. Benny's behind Andy. Let's see what happens. So both breaking into the corner fine. Again, oh, Andy Lees outbroke himself there. Yeah, I think he's well and truly punted Hugh Morris there. Oh, and we have another car towards the back there. I'm not too sure who that was. So back to the action. So you can see we've got this three-way battle going on here. Actually, it's a four-way battle, and Chris Bourne's just put in a 1:45.7. So this is Howard, Howells, and Eric Dont. And then behind Eric, we've also got Merche. So there's actually a four-car battle going on here. Although there's a bit of a gap at the front, but this is where the fun's at. Early on, it's about getting your tyres warm, getting your tyres settled so you don't spin the car out. Going back to Derek. Derek's got a great run on David here, but he's not going to get a good enough run to make the pass. And you can see the cars behind all getting the exit spot on as well. So Neil Bywater is also being pressured by Andreas. Derek's got a cracking run in there. But again, he's not going to make the pass and they'll all just bunch up. And then again, Andreas gets fantastic turning on his Porsche. He seems to cut some of the corner out with his turning. So let's jump. So we've got Andreas now, still not giving up on Neil Bywater. I can't have my split screen today, unfortunately, because I don't have the DLC on my other computer. So I can't do Kyalami, which was part of the international intercontinental GT circuits. So unfortunately I'm just stuck with single vision. Otherwise I'd have been able to show you a couple of views. Hugh Morris is off again. In fact, I think Hugh Morris has quit. He's give up. He's not registered on the server anymore. So I think Hugh's gone. Jump forward a little bit. Yeah, Hugh's left the server. I think he must have had a bit of damage from Andy Lees. Andy Lees has got a bit of a gap between him and Mamape to catch up now as well. So, not much going on the old race at the moment. We've got Derek and we've got Murche. They're the only two seem to be trying to make pathways forward. But as we all know on this track, it's not that track to pass on. You're really looking for a pressurised mistake to see if you can make headway on somebody. And you'll see Derek makes great corner into this into Sunset here. Look at the difference in angle there, and he really gains on him. But then David seems to get the good run into the next corner, into Clubhouse, and he just pulls away. It just seems to be the same momentum that's going on between them all. You can gain, but you can't pass. Four behind are having a great battle, to be fair. I'm going to jump forward to Andreas. Or shall I say Neil. As Andreas is going for the inside there. Made a cracking exit, did Andreas then. He's really trying to put pressure on Neil. Hi Hugh. Yeah, saw the contact. I don't know if you sustained damage there or it just become difficult to drive. But we did do a replay on it because we just saw the aftermath. I think Mr. Lee's got his braking point a little bit wrong there. Still, you can take pleasure in your race last night, mate. Had an awesome race last night. Yeah, Merch is looking increasingly racy in certain parts of the track as well, so I'm going to keep an eye on Merch. I know Eric, Steve and Terry are all quick drivers, but Merch does seem to make headway into certain parts of the track. He's very quick, and there's other parts of the track, as in through there, on the way into Barbecue, just can't seem to get the power down the same as he can in other parts of the track. And watch his times, and you can see his times. He gains a ton of time, and then he loses it. And he seems to lose it in the slower corners. I don't know if he's just too nervous about overspinning the car out of the corners or not. Does mean he's going to save his tyres, to be fair, though. Back to this battle. Now, Noble has caught Pettersson up now. Instead of Pettersson chasing Bywater, Noble's chasing Pettersson. And you can see the nice stream of cars in front there with the Aqua Green and PWS. And then we've got Neil and Andreas as well. So good little stream of cars there. And there's a mistake there by, it looks like David Gerard's gone very, very deep. And he's getting pressure now from Neil. So has David Gerard got a problem here? Because he just seemed to go deep all of a sudden. Let's go to the helicam. Because I think Neil might be setting up for a pass here. He's not really got the drive. I could see in the difference. I could see in the distance, Gerard had gone deep and had to really bring the car to a halt. So let's see if he's going to make any headway into Crowthorne, which he's not. But it's all about getting your exit set up for what will be just Juxskay. See if they can do it. And there's been a pass at the back. Noble has passed Andreas. And Bird's looking for the same opportunity. He wants to be careful over them curbs. I think Andreas has got the corner nailed there. And there's quite a bonanza of cars going on there. Let's just go to Ambro, who's the centrepiece of these four cars. And Bird's going for the inside. Is he going to make that stick? Andreas has now got the inside for the next corner. So he's going to have to really be careful, Derek, and he does do. But it also brings the other two drivers now back into play. And as we can see there, Howard is looking very racy against Ambro. This corner's not really a passing corner. Been another pass, was there? Noble has passed Bywater. Let's have a quick look at that, because he's just made a pass where I said they don't make a pass. Bywater must have made a mistake there, because Bywater's light years in front of him here. So Bywater's gone off. That's why he's made the pass. Bywater made a mistake and he's gifted the place to Noble. Now, Andreas is now putting pressure on Bywater again. So as I said, these cars are so difficult to control. Too much power, and Terry Howard's off. He's just gone wide, but I don't think he's damaged this car. He's lost significant pace now to these two guys. And Eric is going for a run down the inside of Steve Howells. Are we going to see Steve Howells defend? No, Eric's not going to go in. He should have sat behind him a little bit further, really, to get a bit more of a tow. Be close. No, but no cigar. But Eric's looking racy as well now. Let's just keep on this for a little bit. See if we get any mistakes. Andreas is putting pressure on Neil. Has Neil just made a problem with his tyres? His car doesn't seem to be gripping the same. So this is where he went wide before through the S's. So is he going to do the same again, or did he just take too much curb and it unbalanced the... Oh! And Andreas has probably done the same as what Neil did the previous lap there. He just got too much power on into the corner. You can see the front of his car's a bit damaged now. He's going to live to fight another day, but I think he's going to be caught and passed by Jeremy. And I'm not too sure whether Rayner's going to make it as well, but I think his car is going to be damaged there. He did hit the wall with a hell of a whack. But we'll see. He's having such a good run as well. Mark Rogers has joined. I didn't see Mark Rogers join. I don't think he was in the on the starting grid. He must have just jumped right on at the end. So Mark Rogers is now joined. Bouncing around the track, as you can see. And he's looking to put pressure on Danny Britos. That's why there was another car on track and I couldn't work out who it was within the first lap. So Rogers will be looking to fly here. And Andreas is off again. Big style this time. His car was well and truly damaged. Let's just see what's happened there. We know he's had a mistake. He's trying to catch Jeremy here. He's got his braking point fine there. Has he hit the sausage? And it's pushed him off. Oh, he's launched it through the sausage. And that's bang, wallop. If he can get it, he needs to pit it. And there's another driver off. Derek Bird's also gone off. He's lost several places. I don't know if the replay will let me go back to Derek Bird. Let's see if it'll let me go back to Derek. Oh, I just missed it. He just got sideways. He hasn't contacted anything. Although he has gone to the pits as Derek. So I presume he has hit something. His car looks okay. But Derek has gone to the pits. So I don't know if he's calling it a night there. So I need to wait for the replay to finish. Because we did see Derek get going again towards the back of the grid. As he waits for all the other cars. Oh, and there's another car spinning, and that's Andreas again. Yeah, Andreas' car's looking well and truly damaged. Let's jump forward to Merche. So Merche is still putting pressure on Terry. Mark Rogers is still putting pressure on Danny. And as you can see there, Terry's gained massively. Oh, Merche is really like taking the long road there. Back end slipping there on Merch. He just controlled it. You could just see the back had just gone ever so slightly. But this is still a good four-way battle going on here. Howells, Dont, Howard and Paunov are all having a great battle. Meanwhile, Chris Bourne is 5 seconds in the lead. Christopher's 5 seconds in 1 second in front of Jared. And Jared's 3 seconds in front of Noble. And Noble's 1 second. Oh, and there's a slight overcorrection by Eric. Now, he's got away with that based on where it was. Excuse me. So he wouldn't have been running at full tilt there. Because the car was running slow, everybody else would have been slow as well. So he did get away with it a little bit. Well, Eric's obviously putting a lot of pressure on himself here now because Terry's sitting there waiting. We know Terry likes the Porsche. We know he likes the Porsche. Are we going to see a move? He's swaying a lot there, Terry. Is he just trying to upset the apple cart a little bit and frustrate Eric in front of him? He's got a good run there as Terry. Again, the outside's not really a passing point there, but he could get a good dive up the inside here because he's got a tighter angle. And Murch is doing the same. Anything could happen here. We're going to see 3 cars going into the corners at the end here as they bounce around the circuit. Murch is taking a good angle there. He's trying to keep the speed in the corner, which is going to allow him to keep the power down. And you can see he gained on Howard quite a lot there. But again, they aren't going to make the pass. As they come into Wingway again. Now Murch has got a good run here. I think we might see a bit of a setup for a pass. We're going to see Murch get a good slingshot. Is the toe going to work? No. I think Howard's getting a toe, although he's too far to get a toe off Eric. There's definitely no toe going on there. Rogers still hasn't passed Britos. He's having a go, but still hasn't made the pass. He's pretty much settled down now, and he's made the pass now. It's a nice, clean, shiny car. As I said that, I think Britos made a bit of a mistake in the corner, and it allowed Rogers to pass him. So Rogers now run away with Britos, but he's 10 seconds behind Berger. So let's go back to this battle. This is still going on. This is the battle that keeps on giving. So let's live with it. I do think something's going to give here. Oh, it was very close. Very close indeed. Oh, and there's the give. Oh, and there's the double give. Both off. Terry split them. Wow. Didn't quite expect that. Very interesting. The way both cars went off in different directions. I mean, you could see Eric had struggled into the corner. But Murch looked like he had a really good run. And Howard's now gained. So there's a gap now from Howard to Dont. And Howard, we're looking to see if he can gain on Howells. Because I don't know whether Eric was holding him up a little bit. Let's jump forward. In fact, no, let's jump back a little bit to Rayner. Rayner's reining in Jeremy. He's took quite a chunk of time out of him. And he's got a really good run here, but he's not going to go for the dive. He's going to wait for Jeremy to make a mistake. So is he looking to try and pass him at Barbecue and on the straight there? Now Jeremy, look how straight Jeremy's taking that. No wavering from his car at all. Brilliant. So straight. Berger couldn't touch him coming out of Barbecue. Just couldn't touch him at all. So Rogers started from the pits. And he's already gained places. He's now 3 seconds behind Murch. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. I might switch to that in a minute. That's the battle behind these two. He's took masses of time out of Rayner's time already. 4 seconds in a couple of laps. So I think he's going to be on Murch's coattails before we know it. So keep an eye on that one. And I'll switch to that in a minute. Because I think this is going to be a... He's now under 3 seconds. I think he's going to be looking to make that pass at some point. Rayner's looking very quick down there, as is Jeremy. But again, Jeremy's taking it. No fuss into the corners. Nice and straight. There's no wavering from that Porsche at all. Very, very solid. Very, very stable. I just saw there in the background. It does look like Rogers is really reeling in Murch now. Really reeling him in. Just going to jump to the front a little bit. Because Gerard is now starting to put pressure on his teammate. Mr. Christopher. And then behind that we've got Noble. And Danny has made a mistake. He's facing the wrong way. Yeah, his car's looking rather battered and bruised. And look, it's the battle of the bruised cars. Britos and Pettersson. And Andy Lees is behind them both. Let's go back to Gerard. Gerard still putting pressure on Christopher. Rayner's not making much more of a headway on Jeremy, but again, I'm keeping an eye on that one. And Rogers is now, as you can see, 2.6 seconds behind Merch, now 2.3. Merch is gaining on Rayner slightly as well, so I don't think his car was damaged too much. He did hit the barrier on that, on his left-hand side though, so I'm surprised he's got away with that with less damage. Chris Bourne's 6 seconds clear of this lot now, so he's stopped off. He's having a curry, a kebab, and a pint of beer. He'll join the race again in a minute. He's now Christopher there just got his back end a bit loose. Needs to be careful with that because that's where you can easily spin off and hit the barrier. And it's concrete here, so the concrete will win every time. Yeah, Gerard's he was quick yesterday, Gerard. He was lapped down, but he was catching me in the BMW yesterday, and he was quick. But his tyres were a lot fresher than mine, and mine had started to go off. But yeah, it was good fun, really good fun. I'll be doing some more of them events. If you are available and you can race them, please do so because it was brilliant. I mean, some people don't like it. Fair comment. I fully get that. But if you've never given it a chance and give it a try, I think you really missed out on something because it was absolutely brilliant racing. Because that car is so evenly matched with it being the BMW, it put everyone on a level playing field. There's not much setup you can do to improve it, so everybody was basically driving the same car. So a lot of it was about raw skill in the car. Pete Wolfslaner won that. He started towards obviously with Group 1 guys, and he did manage to pass Hugh Morris, who made second place. Hugh did a fantastic job, and to be fair, so did Andrew Ambro, who we know is racing on track today. He was doing really well holding off Patricio until he got a disconnect. Well, not a disconnect. Someone was watching Netflix in his house and caused his signal to go, and he ended up bouncing all over the screen, so he gracefully quit. But yeah, Hugh was under pressure from Patricio, and I was trying to keep tabs on Patricio as well for the race. So see, Christopher's just trying to put the power down coming out the corner. Right, I'm going to go back to Rayner because Rayner's close to Jeremy again. Jeremy's got that corner nailed though, and you can see Merch there sideways, Rogers sideways. Let's jump back to that one. So Merch got sideways but recovered it, and Rogers got a little bit sideways off track. And Merch's car doesn't look that bad, to be honest, looking at it from that angle. So yeah, he'll certainly have aero damage, but I don't think he's going to have significant aero damage. Just taking refreshment, my apologies. Rogers is going for it here with Benny. Benny's gone off at the back, and he's gone off big style. Let's go back to Rogers. Bywater's off track. He's going slow show. He's not off track. He's just going slow, Bywater. So Ambrose managed to pull away from him, and we've got another car go off as well. And I don't have a Britos has hit Benny, but they've both gone off into the same place. I want to do a replay of that, but I don't want to miss. Let's do a quick replay just to see if it was the Benny incident. Now, Rogers isn't passing Parnov yet, so we'll see. You can see that car in front is damaged. That's Andreas. There's Danny. And he's come round the corner. Oh, that's bizarre. That car's poorly. I think it's fair to say. That car is very poorly. You really give the barrier a bit of a whack there, but the way the car just seemed to slap to one side. Let's go back to Rogers. And Rogers is just about to make the pass because Merch made a bit of a mistake there. In fact, let's see if we can see the whole of that, just so you can see where the mistake came. Because at one point it looked like Merch was going to be okay. But he's set him up here, Mark, hasn't he? He's going for it. This is where Merch made a mistake before and got sideways a little bit. Has he done the same again under pressure? Yeah, he's gone sideways. He's managed to hold it, but Rogers kept his on the island, and consequently Rogers has been able to make the pass. Now Rogers is only 3 seconds behind Rayner, and before he was 11. So he's on a mission. He's definitely on a mission. And we can see Rayner has gone off. So is that Rogers going to get buy one, get one free? No, Rayner just seemed to have a bit of legs on him. Merch isn't giving up here. Number 777's having a cracking race. There's a few others having good races as well. Merch is not giving up, is he? I'll tell you what, Rogers' car looks quite planted, actually. He's done some good setup with that. Yeah, he's really putting Rayner under pressure. Rayner's pulled back now from Jeremy. Nearly 4 seconds off Jeremy. So are we going to see the same type of move up the inside here where Rogers is going to make the pass on Rayner? And then Rayner will have to hunt down Jeremy. Merch has gone off again, as you can see in the background. He's really struggling with that corner. That's the second time we've seen him go off there now. Rogers taking a different route this time. He's going around the outside. But Rayner's managed to take the inside corner, so therefore Rayner's going to stay in front. Rogers will be looking to get a really good exit here to see if he can get him on the straight. But it's all about your braking point and your exit. And Rayner's made a mistake, and we're going to see a pass. I do think we're going to see a pass now. Quite clearly there, you can see Rayner got his back end loose, and Rogers didn't, and it gave Rogers the bit of a run. Hi, Peter. Yeah, and I think we're going to see Mark Rogers now reel in Jeremy. Rayner there going very, very fast. As if Rogers made a bit of a mistake, but now Rogers has just got his hat on and he's just taking a leisurely drive now. Let's jump forward, Mr. Howard. So Howard is putting pressure on Howells. I did think that Eric may have been holding up a little bit. No disrespect to Eric there, but you can see now that Howard has gained on Howells. So that kind of says to me there was a bit of a delay. Oh, commentator's curse. He just goes off track as I put the focus on him a little bit. Gets his braking point. Can he get the exit? He can indeed, but what a good bit of speed he's made up there. Really closed the gap. Really closed the gap. Hi, AJ. So we're going to see any kind of pass coming up. He's not going to make it here. He's not going a good enough run. But he is looking fast. And Rogers has made a mistake. Well, let's see what's happened there with Rogers. He's on such a good run. He's now lost 2 places as a result of a mistake he's made. So where's he gone? Where's he gone off? Has he hit? He's not hit the sausage, surely. And he's off again. So Rogers has made 2 mistakes. Second one, oh, he's really struggling, Rogers, now. Oh, he's really gone off track there. He hasn't hit anything. Oh, spoke too soon. He did hit something. He then carried on and he went off track a further 2 times. He's way behind Merche now. So he's really struggling, Rogers, now. And now Merche's putting pressure back on Rayner. After such a good start, can't blame the commentator for that because I didn't stay focused on him before anybody says. Merche's going to the inside against Rayner. That could have been so close. Both respecting each other's space there. That's what I like to see. Look at the way Rayner's car was bouncing compared to Merch's then. Obviously running different setups. It looks like Rayner's very, very stiff. And it looks like Merch has got a bit of softness in his. Yeah, Merch just lost a bit of ground. Back to Terry. Terry's not giving up. This is where the focus is at the moment. A couple of battles. We've got Merch. And we have Terry. Mappe is now putting pressure on Rogers. Mappe Kansund. So I don't know if Rogers has got a car problem now as a result of smacking that wall. To be fair, these Porsches seem to be able to take a bit of a whack and carry on unabated. Remember a couple of it might have been a couple of seasons ago. I was on this track and I whacked the wall in the Porsche and it said severe damage. It didn't slow me down. So I do think these cars can take a hell of a whack and still carry on relentless. So I presume that's why most of the guys are being able to carry on with damage. That's right, AJ. It holds its arms out with affection, and when you go to jump into them, it pulls them back. And you fall on your face. Yeah, this is the only relatively close battle at the moment. I'm looking at the times. You know, we've got Rayner still putting pressure on Merch, but Merch seems to be holding his own a little bit. And Rogers has called it a day and pitted. So for 18 minutes to go, Rogers has decided to call it a day into the pits. I don't want to say he's quitted, but he's gone to the pits. He's obviously sustained too much damage for him to carry on in a racy manner, because I did say Mappy was catching him, which indicated his car was pretty poor. Hi, Petri. I think, yeah, Rogers is waiting in the pits at the moment. Yeah, I think that's Rogers' race. It's going to be done. He's not going to be last because Benny's had to pit as well. But Rayner is still looking at the rear of Merch. Now, we've seen Merch made a couple of mistakes that have damaged his car. Rayner has gone wide, but he hasn't really damaged his car as such. So you would, and then Merch has again gone onto the grass. Rayner's gained on him quite significantly. So Merch is still struggling. He got sideways there. He's really pushing his Merch, really pushing that car. Oh, and again, a big twitch there as he come off the curb. I think he might have hit the sausage, and that's allowed Berger to gain on him again. Some great battles going on. Terry's still putting pressure on Howells. Ambro has caught Christopher up. So we didn't see that, but Christopher's lost a place to Noble. We missed that in all the activity and the action of the replays. So Christopher's lost a place. We did say, in fact he's lost two because he was in front of Jared. We did say his back end was starting to look loose coming out of T1. Hi Derek, called it a day mate after you're off. You know, didn't initially thought you'd hit the barrier, then we watched the replay and realised you did. I presume your car steering had gone or something, it was undrivable. You can join us, you can join the party. No invites needed. Right, I'm going forward because when the cameraman finds out where he is, Howard is really close now. Really close. So close. He's going for it. No, he's not going to make it happen. Howells is really desperate to keep this position. Howard is not giving up. Howard's car's looking more planted. You can just see as they come round the corner there's no movement off Howard's car at all. Howells just had a bit of a movement on it. Still don't think he's going to have enough good enough run. But Neil is coming into focus behind. You can just see Neil Bywater there. Is he getting his thoughts back together? Is he going to start putting a race together for against these guys? 16 minutes to go. Howell's very deep there, but he's kept the power on. He's going to get a great exit into here and keeping the pace. Get this corner right. He could be right on the tail of Howells, but Howells isn't giving in. Really not giving in at all. Yeah, I think these two are pretty well matched, to be fair. I do think Howells is the quicker driver, only slightly. But Howells seems to be... Howell's the quicker driver. Howells seems to get the car in the right place at the right part of the track, which obviously is cracking racecraft, to be fair. Yeah, he's just eased off a little bit, Terry, there again. So Terry seems to gain at the latter part of the track and then lose it in the midfield. So obviously Howells is better through the corners. That makes me think that Howard's running less wing, and that's why he's quicker on the straights. On the bits where it counts and he's the corners, he's losing traction. You'll see he's probably going to gain on the braking here now. Yeah. He seems to be making the corner well, though. We gain significantly here, then lose it all again through the twisty section. Ah, right, okay, Derek, understood. Alright. Need a good kit, mate. Have a good kit. Get yourself sorted for... I don't know if you're racing the Lambo tomorrow. But the Lambo race. Right, I'm going to jump forward. Because Ambro is making a move on Christopher. He's going for the outside. Christopher is going to defend. Ambro's looking really quick again. As I say, he had a cracking race yesterday until he messaged me later and said, I think one of his kids started streaming off YouTube and his wife put Netflix on and it basically sends his ping through the roof. He said they're now on probation. Yeah, we've been there. Oh, thought he was going to hit him then. We've all been there. We've all been there. Well, yeah, he was livid. He was having a great race. We were having a chat about it as well. Ambrose, one of these who seems to have made massive strides this last season. He just seems to have got quicker and quicker and quicker. Yeah, he's getting harder to catch and harder to pass as well. He's going for it there. Yeah, Christopher's gone really gentle now. I wonder whether Christopher's cooked his tyres a little bit. Trying to keep himself in front of Mr. Gerard before, and it's just pushing him, just causing him to lose traction a bit now. Taking some very, very bizarre angles there. How much quicker Ambro is. I mean, that's not a passing place, obviously, but he's trying to put pressure on Christopher so he makes a mistake coming into Ingwe. Very easy to over-rotate the back end of that car. Let's go back a little bit. So Neil Bywater has lost a place to Eric and is now trying to pass Eric again. So Neil before was behind Terry Howard. So he's definitely lost out. And again, I missed that. I didn't see that come up on the screen either. So my apologies for that. I was keeping my eyes out. But yeah, let's go back to the Ambro battle. He's definitely looking fast, is Ambro. Yeah, Noble's doing well as well, Nikos. You're right there. Must be careful there, Christopher. Too much on that curb. He'll spin the back of the car and he'll be off. Ambro's looking up the inside, but he knows it's not a passing place. He's trying to force Christopher into a mistake. Just trying to force him into a mistake. Christopher's wily though, we know that. Raced against him many times now. Know how he works, know how he clicks. He needs to be careful there. That was... yeah, he seemed to switch lanes twice there. Maybe not doing him a justice there on the track, but he moved left to defend, then moved right, then moved left again. And the way the track set up, I don't think that was justifiable there. Keep an eye on that. Ambro's definitely got him nailed at some point here. He just needs that little bit of over-rotation on the back end of Christopher's car and he'll have him. I feel like Christopher's walking on broken glass now on that accelerator. Yeah, he slid round there, Christopher, then. And you can see now, Howells has joined the party. So that tells me Christopher is holding these guys up. Exactly the same as before. Yeah, I think if Christopher makes a mistake, if he doesn't, well done to him. If he makes a mistake, I think we'll see a couple of cars pass him. We've got 10 minutes left to go. Now he's just calmed down. He's just took a deep breath. And he's just going for it. The others will charge the batteries up. And we'll go again. Unless Crystal was just taking his time. Or has he put enough fuel in it? Could be any number of things why 1 minute he's going slow, next minute he's flying. But he's very quick through this last sector again, isn't he? Ambro. God, was bouncing for fun there. Amazing they don't take off with that much bouncing. Yeah, nice little train of cars here now. This is for 4th place. They're not going to get the podium unless there's a mistake in front, but this is for 4th place and a big bag of points. There you can see Christopher, that back end just twitching. In fact, Christopher's hit something. He's got damage on the front of his car. So Christopher's up against it here. He's got aero damage. You can see his bonnet's up. So we didn't see what he'd hit, but he's obviously hit something. And that's why he's struggling to keep in front of everybody. So I did say he made a mistake, but I couldn't see where. He's obviously hit something and lost a lot of time. But he's going to be for the taking here, I think. Question is, can they take him? Yeah, he's took that gently this time. He was a lot wider before, allowing Ambro to really gain on him. Howard getting very close to Howells there as well in the background. Is Ambro going to go for it? That's not a passing place. Oh, wow, that was close. I was going to say, you've got to have the other driver to play with you there as well, and Christopher weren't going to give that in at all. Ambro's looking. Whoa! Howells there. Really missed his braking point. He's not hit anything, but he's lost a place. And Howard's now had the easiest pass he's ever likely to have as a result of that. Ambro's got so much speed, but he just can't get past. Christopher's quick enough where he needs to be quick enough. This is where Ambro can make his move if he's got the speed, but he's just not getting the exit. Whether his car's faster or not, if he can't get in the toe and he can't get a good run, he's going to struggle. And Howard's also now looking at the back of Ambro as well, so Howard's looking. He can see a position gain, another one, and Howells is now hunting them down again after losing his place. Now the question is here. Is Ambro now gone defensive against Howard and therefore he's losing his concentration on trying to catch Christopher, which as we know can happen. Let's just jump a car back. We can see what's going on here. So Christopher's got breathing room now because I think Ambro's got into defence mode, whereas before he was in attack mode. He doesn't want to give to Howard, and instead of looking in front of him, he's now looking in his mirrors. He really wants to be concentrating on the car in front of him. And Noble is now having a sniff at David Gerrard. He got within 4/10 of David Gerrard there, so I'm going to keep an eye on that. Noble's going to go from a 3rd to a 2nd on the podium. Oh, and have we seen a slide? Looked like Christopher got a slide on then. Did he drift? I think Christopher got a bit of a drift on there. Let's go back to the TV camera. We can see he looked like he got a massive drift on, but he seemed to have kept it. Which won't help his stand. Howard is going up the inside of Ambro there. Five minutes to go. Is it or isn't it? Nice chain of cars coming over the line here. And Christopher still at the front. He is not giving up. He's gone very defensive. 3 wide. Are we going to see a pass? We are, but are we going to think who it is? Is Howard and Ambro? They sort themselves out. And Howells is now in there. Wow. How none of them made contact there. Very impressive. Round of applause. I half expected there to be absolute carnage then, but there wasn't. Well done, all 3 drivers concerned. He wants to be careful there, Christopher, though, just hitting the grass. That will slow him down. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on David Noble. Nikos, don't you worry. In fact, I'm going to jump forward. I'll keep an eye on the gap behind as well, because they're fighting as well. Noble's looking racy here. Is he going to get a good enough run? As Peter says, Gerard's made fantastic steps in the Porsche as of late. I know he's been doing some of the online things that you get with... oh, I'm going to go back. We've got a pass. Ambro's going to make it. He's up the inside. Oh, and that could be a mistake for Christopher. Is he? Are they still at it? Oh, and Christopher's really gone wide now. And Christopher's lost 2 places there. And the big guy who's gained is Terry Howard. He got the pair of them while they were sleeping. Oh, nearly didn't. And we've got one at the back. Howells has gone off. Wow. And Ambro takes the lead again. Fantastic. Christopher's not giving this up either, is he? He's sitting there at the back. He's waiting. I think Ambro is going to try and get his head down now and just pull away from Howard because I think he's got the speed. But what a fantastic end to the race this is. Noble seems to have settled now behind Gerard. They're about 1 second, but I am keeping an eye on that. I don't think this battle's done. One mistake, and I think we'll see a car pass. What I will say is Howells is the big loser after nearly spinning on the out of Ingwe. I think we're going to see Ambro claim. I'm going to do, you know. In fact, I'll jump to another car just in case. We've got Mappe here trying to catch Merch. I didn't want to do a commentator's curse on any of them. And I'm looking at Noble. I'm going to go to Noble. Because Noble's really there with Gerard again. 2 minutes to go. He's got 2 laps to make this pass. Chris Bourne is 11 seconds in front. And yeah, we're not seeing... And we see a car go wide at the back. That's a back marker. That looked like Andy Lee's going wide. And this move is still not going to happen. Just check. It was Andy Lee's. Indeed, he went wide. Let's give Chris a bit of airtime. He's out there on the front by himself. Are we having driver of the day? Anyone want to pick driver of the day? I know I'd pick, but it's not my decision, is it? Let's see what you guys come up with. See if you agree with if you have the same idea as me. To me, it's between one of 2 racers. Let me have your votes within 30 seconds. And we'll award driver of the day. So is it Chris Bourne, who's led from the start? He is leading. I don't think he's lost the race yet. Is it going to be David Gerard, who's kept pressure away from David Noble? He's adapted to the Porsche Cup really well. And he's showing what the options are. Merch has gone off and Mappe's passed him. Is it going to be David Noble, who's come through the field a little bit? He's made some passes. He's kept it clean. His car's not marked. And he's putting great pressure on David Gerard. Or is it Andrew Ambro? Ambro's had a fantastic race. He's done some great racing, great battles, been fair, and had no contact. Well, final one on the table I'm going to put there is Terry Howard. So there's your choices. We've had 1 vote for Noble. Let's sit on board. I'll keep an eye just in case anybody else goes for a pass. Anyone else? Anyone else? I want to do the banner. Right, we've had one option, and I did say Noble was one of them. So, as no one's volunteering, anyone other than Derek, I'll go with Noble as well. Well done, Dave. I say it could have been a couple of drivers. Some drivers have had an outstanding race, to be fair, and it was really nice to see such good close racing. 3 abreast this late on in a race, I think, is fantastic. But Chris Bourne. Very rarely does he not does he succumb to the spinning. And he's just coming down the final bit now. There's no other passes going on behind. He does have the purple lap as well with the 1:45.5. It's a great lap under race trim in this car. And there's his usual windscreen wiper. And he will flash his lights as he comes over the line. Not that we'll see it. There you go. And second place, 11 seconds behind. Looks like he's going to make it. Is David Gerrard. Closely followed by David Noble. Well done, guys. Great spectacle. Great spectacle, that. And then third is Andrew Ambro. Definitely a runner-up for driver of the day. It was close between Ambro and Noble, to be fair. Terry Howard made the line. He has a good run. Christopher, Howells, all close. Eric Dont coming over towards the end. Neil Bywater's just running a little bit slow. I think he's been off track a few times, as Neil. Yeah, his car saying that as well. And I call it a day, his car saying there. And in 10th place, with a pristine-looking car, is our illustrious leader, Neil. Has he run out of fuel? No, he's not. Thought he'd ran out of fuel then. Is Jeremy. No marks on his car whatsoever. Rayner's coming round next. Again, no marks on Rayner's car. And then we got Mappe. And then Merch, who started off well, then hit the barrier. Last finished. He kept it on. He did keep it on track. He didn't quit. And then finally, well, not finally, but finishing the laps off is the rather wonky car of Andreas. Well done, Andreas, for not quitting. And that's it. All cars teleport to the pit. Well, thanks very much, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that. And well done to all the drivers. Special well done to the podium. And a shout out to Noble and Ambro there. Bye all.